Boom shakalaka. I think we are. Yeah, we're live.
Yay!
Says we've been live for 7.5 minutes.
Interesting.
Hello.
Hello.
What? All right. So hi guys. How we go?
How art thou?
Yeah. I'm fine. I'm gonna try something new.
Woo!
So I need that guy.
Yippee.
Right.
Yippee.
All right. So I have this beautiful TSM 0.1.
0.1.
Trying to do you justice by doing what you do on the camera.
The OG.
Yes. And I've got all these parts and goodies. I've got a chassis. Got this.
Yay!
This. There's a Profi board because why start with the easy stuff? Let's go with the big stuff. Screw it, man. I'm going big.
We're going loud.
That's right.
We're going big, we're going loud.
All right. So, as you know, that's Jeremy. Right there. The Saber merchant. And that's where you buy this Saber. Actually, I don't. Do you still have one? Because I was looking at Etsy, and I think they still have one up there.
Let's see.
It's a matte black.
I thought I was sold out. It's possible that it got auto-renewed. Etsy loves to do that sometimes.
I thought about that. I thought about that earlier. I just perusing Etsy because I don't know. I was just on Etsy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that. Oh,
Yeah. Until I check here. But yes, it does say I have one. Let's see here. Oh no, I do.
hey,
Appears to be one remaining.
look at that. So if anyone watches this and they think, you know what, that's a badass looking saber, because it is. There's one left. There's one left.
I actually completely forgot that I had an all matte black one.
Nice.
That's crazy. I'll have to install that one day and offer a one last installed hilt. Yes.
Oh man.
Stephen Powell said it was one of the loudest tilts he's ever heard. So
Can I call dibs?
Oh,
there you go.
looking at the resonance on it, because this chassis sits here
Yeah,
just to show it off.
it's pretty significant, and the pommel is super thick metal. Like we didn't skimp out on those areas. So
Yeah. It's like what? 2 inches?
yeah, it's probably 1.5 to 2 inches. Yeah,
Crazy.
it's like a megaphone.
I love it. Mine has the brass.
Yep.
That sucker's heavy. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every time I made brass parts, those were the first to sell out every single time.
I like the look of them.
Yeah, me too, man. It's beautiful. Especially if you hit it with some polish every once in a while or a Scotch-Brite pad. Remove the patina. It'll be like super gold again instead of like a yellowish gold.
Oh, nice.
Platinum color. Yeah. Okay, man. So you've got the hilt. You've got all of your parts laid out.
Yes.
Yeah, it's funny. I will normally work, especially if I'm not doing a kill switch, I will normally like start with the speaker and get that tacked into place with some E6000 or some super glue, depending on what you're going to use, and kind of work your way up. This is such a modular build. I think you'll knock this one out quick. There you go.
Cool. All right. Speaker. Now this is this a 28 millimeter?
Yes.
This is 28 millimeter TSM.
I think it's either a 3-watt 8 ohm or a 3-watt 4 ohm. I can't recall.
3-watt 8 ohm.
Perfect. Clarity and power.
Oh, yeah.
I've never had a bad 8 ohm speaker. They tend to last for a very long time.
Sweet. All right. So what I'm doing is I'm fishing wires down through this hole here.
Correctamundo.
Setting this in.
Yep. And then what I do when I have my speakers is I will put a dab of glue on the black tabs
Each one.
over there and over there
Okay.
on both sides.
Sweet.
A little bit of glue, dot there, dot there. So 4 little dots on the black tabs that are in the center opposite the solder tabs.
Mhm.
And then I will feed the wire through and set it in place. And I'll kind of turn the chassis so like I get the little, speaker solder tabs like centered in the little cutouts. And yeah, man.
Hell yeah. Oh, and before I forget, the main man Jim's here too. I forgot to say your name, Jim. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Your audio is amazing.
Mine?
Yeah.
I have it like right in my face.
on my face. Yeah.
If we forget he's there, we're like, God, is that you? Like,
Right.
I keep muting it because the cat keeps meowing, and I don't freaking know why, and I don't want that to be caught. And while your guys are doing it, yeah, doing it.
okay, Jim, I think it's going to be $20.
What?
You send me $20, and
I would-
will send you a present.
Well,
What would you put behind the oven?
Namely, it's an enclosure.
oh, okay.
I actually have a
Okay.
Creality enclosure that I no longer have a Creality printer for in my shed. And I'm like, you know what? I'd rather it go to somebody that will use it versus mice making a house in it.
All right, I'm cool with it. No, okay, I guess.
When you said you needed one, I'm like, oh, yes. I can get it out of my shed. Lawrence, I don't know if it'll actually cost $20 to ship it. It's just a lot. It's big. I can take it apart because it's like modular and poles and stuff.
Mhm.
And it'd probably be like $8 or $9 to ship if I have a box for it.
All right. I'll say that will nip that in the bud. Don't I was looking at a couple, and I seen a couple with like lights and everything, but I got a couple of magnetic ones here.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, you can throw the poles are metal, so you could put a magnetic light in there.
Oh, freaking awesome! All right,
Okay, it's not
all right. Are you good?
Wait. All right. We're in place.
Awesome.
Perfect. Look pretty centered. Feel good about it,
Oh yeah.
my man. Okay, so, man, do you want to Tarantino this? Should we reverse order?
Dude, however you think is easiest.
Yeah, so you got your battery tabs, right?
I'm sorry?
Battery tabs. Let's move up
Oh, yeah.
the chassis. So your negative is going to go on the speaker side.
Okay.
So this is going to be good. And I think most of the wires I kind of eyeball pre-measured. But if you want to trim them down and, make it a little bit longer of an install process, you certainly can. I always forget. So
I'm not doing that.
you said make it, easy mode, but not too easy. So
Right. Yeah. Exactly. That's what I wanted. I needed to be able to learn what the hell I'm doing without having to absolutely learn what I'm doing. The quickest, easiest way without being like building a model.
yeah,
Model airplane, model car. Yeah, they had the snap tights.
yeah.
I've done those. That's easy.
I feel
The
it.
other ones where you got to glue things together and paint them. There's varying levels. You need level 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Of 5 or 4, whatever. That's where we're at, and I like it. It's good.
Absolutely.
Okay, so since I don't need this container anymore, that's what Nora is waiting for.
Oh yeah, those are actually makeup / pill containers. So
Well, that's it. That's what she wants, I think.
they're fun. Little
Okay.
beads, whatever you need.
Okay, so these wires here, the speaker wires, they stay up here on top, right?
Yeah, they stay up there on top.
You can have that.
Flip that sucker over.
Does it matter which way?
Nope.
And then we're putting the bottom.
Yep. We're going to do the black negative battery tab first. That's going to go on the speaker side. So
Okay.
if you flip over the chassis so you can see the inside of the battery compartment, it's going to go in there. And you're going to feed the black wire through the hole up towards the section, the board area.
That makes sense.
And at this point, what you can do is you can either put a little bit of super glue on the back of the actual, battery contact, or you can pull the battery contact out a little bit, put it on the 3D printed, chassis part, and then slide it into place. So
Okay.
Options.
I like it. I don't know why I put the damn lid on this.
I do that every time.
I need some candy helpers.
Well, you're supposed to, right? Because otherwise it'll dry up, and it's
that's true.
I love super glue, but the only thing about super glue I don't like is sometimes, not every time, but sometimes it leaves that white powdery residue as it dries.
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird, but it doesn't do it all the time. I think it just reacts differently to different plastics and surfaces.
Right.
I need to be a chemist. I can understand that. Yeah, so you just kind of get it where it needs to be. Sometimes there will be little grooves or cutouts, hold it in place until it's dry.
There you go.
I love it. Just remember not to put too much pressure on the speaker on your desk, because I've done that before.
Yes. Let's move that over here. Okay, seems to be slightly dried.
Good.
Slightly meaning probably enough.
And now you're going to do the same thing once it's dry, once we're comfortable with it, with the red wired positive contact.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Sweet.
And it indent goes into the chassis.
What is that? The nipple is going to face towards the spring.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to hear you say nipple.
I mean, I don't blame you. It's a fun word. Every time I hear that, what comes to mind is that movie with is it Robert De Niro, where he's the dad and he's like, "I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me?"
Meet the Frockers.
Yes. That was fun.
I remember going to those freaking movies at Cinema 5.
Ooh.
I ain't even there anymore.
Not at all. Come on, you bitch.
Get out of there. Dude, I found the coolest super glue ever. It's Gorilla brand super glue, but it's got a twist. If you twist off the whole top, it's a pull-out brush, so you can brush it on stuff. And then if you grab just the top and unscrew it, then it's just your normal squirt jar. It's like, this is amazing.
It's like rubber cement.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of rubber cement. Did you guys play with rubber cement when you were kids?
Hell yeah.
That stuff everywhere. I would glue my skin in like creases to make it look like I had a cut. Freak my mom out. So crazy. How you been doing, Jim?
I've been doing all right. I've just been a little preoccupied with other things in life. So, but I'm glad I was able to make it.
Me too.
It feels like it's been a while, especially with everybody, because I kind of like shut off for a little while to focus on that stuff, and then I always feel like I'm getting like a nice break when I get to hang out with you guys and just talk. And I'm so interested in watching this process, so I can attempt it.
Dude,
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say he'll be next. I would love to walk you through it.
Well, I was just thinking, I have the speeder hill and the chassis, so like I just need everything else. So maybe if you like put me like a package together or whatnot, and then slap in that 3D printer press too, boom.
Got it, man.
Because I've been looking at that one, like I look at that every time. I'm like, oh, it's like that the first Iron Man when he looks back at that machine, like next time.
Oh, roadie.
Mm-hmm.
Is it holding okay?
The positive's not. I don't know why.
It just doesn't want to stick.
Yeah, it's not it's gluing down to the middle, and then I don't know if it's what it's doing once it gets in there. That's probably my damn glue. My glue sucks. Oh, no, it's still wet. It's on my.
Oh yeah, so it just hasn't dried long enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and this might sound crazy, but go ahead and put it back in there and try to hold it a little bit. Sometimes what I will do, I know this is crazy, but I'll touch the metal a little bit with my iron to kind of heat it up. I don't know if that's really a good idea, but it seems to work sometimes. Or I'll use my hot air station to blow some warm air over it.
Oh yeah, the hot air station. I put the battery cover on the battery for this the other day, and Nora was watching me. She's like, "Dad, what are you doing? Why do you have the hair dryer?"
It works.
Just
Get a
work.
heat, damn it.
The what?
A heat gun.
I don't have one.
Well, maybe those might be too warm depending on the settings.
Yeah, I don't know, but I did not do that. Okay, so this is
Matt,
already
or did he hop off? Yeah, and it's like one of those things you just touch it for a second or two. You're just trying to heat up the metal a little bit to help the bonding process. I'm not even sure it actually works scientifically. I just do it sometimes.
the like the the jinx thing. Like,
Yeah.
something came on the radio. Got to do this.
I can't tell you how many times my wife's like, "What are you doing?" I'm walking around the house like for like 10 minutes just holding a chassis and like parts in place.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's sticking now.
Sweet. Okay. So the long wire coming off of that red positive battery is going to go, you're going to bend it and feed it up through the chassis towards the opening that is currently on the table.
You are gonna have to tell me that again because I completely.
Long wire. Grab the long wire that's red, and you're going to feed it through the hole to the left. Yeah, like underneath, like you're going up towards the switch section.
Oh, got it.
That is historically you're going to have a dedicated wire coming off the positive battery terminal that bypasses the board that feeds power to the pixel strips.
Oh, got it.
And I like doing it this way and having two dedicated wires. You'll find some guys that will wire a single wire off the battery positive, and they'll kind of split it and branch it in different directions. And that's fine. But, the more connections you have, the more weak points you have.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like we discovered with tri-blades, right? And using thin wire. It sounds like one of those popped off because there's so many wires shoved into one tiny little space.
Right, yeah.
So I'll probably pop that end off and find a busted wire and swap it out with a heavier gauge and call it a day. Bam. Okay, cool. So, at this point, you've got your positive, your negative, and your speaker wired. So you're pretty much done in this area for the moment. So what I would do is grab the bag that I can see below my sticker, the PCB emitter, and your switch. So you'll need the switch there, and you'll need your emitter. PCB. Rock.
I hate it, man. I'm sorry. I laughed because you said book. I didn't laugh because you said
I said rock.
Oh, rock.
But that's funny too.
All right. 2 into baggies. Ha, 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 ha.
Nice. Keep
It's
them
what you
back.
thought he said too. Nora's already giggling. That's what I thought he said too.
I don't curse very often, but sometimes I do. And when I do, I like to do it in epic proportions.
I curse a lot.
Okay, so you're going to take your hilt and you're going to unscrew the emitter. And normally what I will do is I will unscrew it at the third piece down. So the switch base, or the choke base, as I call it. Yeah, perfect. Threads for days.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like that.
Okay, this is probably the most difficult part of this entire process, unless you are really, really good, like Elvis did his cried trying to feed through the holes. And I was like, how'd you do that? Or if you've got any type of small tubing that you can put wires in and then crimp. But you're going to grab your emitter PCB there, and you're going to slide it. Yep. Try to feed the wires as close to center down through that hole as you can. You'll probably get it first try, you crazy people.
I've done this.
It always takes me forever. That's why I started using that conduit trick. Okay, cool. Look at you. You've already wired up your emitter. So now you just need to take like an Allen key. Actually, we're going to hold off on that for the time being. So what we need to do now is we need to solder the quick connects. So in the little baggie there, yep. So you should have 2 sets of those.
Yeah.
Lovely. And do you still have some little helping hands?
I do not have the helping hands. That's Jim.
No worries. We can do this as is.
The only little helping hands I have are Nora, and she's staring at me.
I'm sitting in my chair next to my desk.
I know.
All the stuff on my desk.
Okay.
I can't do anything.
She is like crystal clear.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Your voice.
you should have, there's 2 sets. So there's one with 2 solder joints coming off on each side, and then one with 1. So on the one with 2, we're going to do the red and the black wire.
Okay.
And the one with the 1 is going to be the data line or the green wire.
Okay.
Perfection. Now, if I remember, I think I pre-tinned those, so it should be a little bit easier. So what you're going to do now is you're going to open that flux, that cute little tube of magic paste.
Motherfucker.
But not magic is in the way you're going to eat it. I'm talking just like to dip wires in.
Yes, no eating.
It don't taste good.
No, it's like Elmer's glue. Kids that eat Elmer's glue just blows my mind.
Yeah.
Yay!
That looks like lotion.
It does look like, and it doesn't smell bad either. It's water soluble. I use that kind of, the stuff that's not going to kill me as quickly. Yeah. So the 2 ends, just dip it down in there.
That's kind of what I thought you were going to say.
Yeah, man.
Me too.
And then my recommendation would probably be, you could just lay it on your mat. And you see how where those 2 pins are that are probably pointing away from your thumb there? Like, I wish I could point to it. That'd be awesome. But the ones you just dip down in that paste, you're going to solder the red and the black wire to those 2 ends. And if you look at those pieces, you will see that the pins are kind of offset. It's like they're going to be further to one side.
Yeah.
Do it so you're soldering and the pin is on the lower end. That way, when you put the wire on top and you put your sleeve over it, it's kind of centered. I know that doesn't really matter, but that's just kind of my OCD.
So, like that.
Yes, perfect. Now, I'm going to keep you from making my mistake, and I do this at least twice a day. The first thing you want to do is grab 2 of those little black wire sleeves that I sent you, the heat wraps, and slide it on the red and the black wire. I can't tell you how many times I've had to unsolder a wire because I forgot to slide that over the wire.
Like, son of a bitch. Yeah.
Daily.
All right. And I'm doing this on the emitter, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. So what I wanted you to have the ability to do is unscrew the top of the hilt where you just unscrewed it, disconnect everything. So if I release a new PCB emitter, if I release, a new switch assembly and you want to disassemble this hilt, I want it to be easy.
Okay. I like that.
And you might even find, Brian, that you can just set that little red assembly down on the mat. That mat is rated for 500 degrees, I think, maybe more. And then you could just set the wire kind of on top of it. There you go. Yeah, just lay it flat. You'll kind of hold the wire, on top of the little piece that you just dipped in the flux. Put a little bit of solder on the tip of your iron, touch each real quickly, and it should just bond instantly. Just hold it there for a second after you make that contact.
Okay.
And with everything being pre-10, it shouldn't take much solder at all.
Almost lost it. Damn it, and lost some.
If the solder ball is not sticking to your tip, clean the tip with your brass mesh.
I always got that part
Oxidation.
confused.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it's crazy. But now the solder should stick a little bit better.
Okay. Whoa! Touched the flux.
What is that?
Oh yeah,
Hey,
dude.
will you- Nora, push the button on that yellow button. No. Look at me. Right here on the desk.
Oh.
There's a yellow box in front of me. There's a button on the side. Yeah, flip it. There we go.
What is it?
It's a fan. If that's really loud, I apologize. I'll turn it off in a second, but I just dipped my iron in the flux.
That's okay. The flux won't hurt it. If anything, it'll probably clean the tip.
Hey, that's good.
I can still feel it from right here.
Yeah, it's a fan. That's what I'm talking about. Sorry.
I said don't need butter. I don't need butter.
Did you say butter?
You never had too much butter. You made it there. You got this trick back.
I'm finding things in here.
It won't stay on the tip. I've dropped 2 balls.
Do you have a wet sponge?
No. Hey, Nora.
What?
Just different.
A paper towel and wet it down, but then wring it out. Don't bring it to me sopping wet. You know, wet it down, bring it out, and then bring it to me. Thank you.
You've turned on the iron and fired it up and like pinned the tip before, right? Before getting it? Like after I sent it to you, have you done that at all?
No, this is the first time I've turned it on.
Oh, rock on. Okay. There we
I
go.
was like, I'm going to turn it on and I'm going to want to do shit. And
Totally
I did,
okay.
'cause I turned it on earlier and was like, I'm going to solder these rings. Didn't work out.
Well, if once you've got your fan cut on, what I might recommend you do is, you can bring the tip in front of the camera if you want to, and just like feed a whole bunch of solder right onto it.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't need to hold down the wires or anything at the moment. Just get your solder and melt a lot of solder onto that tip. Let it kind of create that oxidation layer or whatever they call it.
Okay.
We'll get back to those wires in a second.
Thank you.
It's not that wet, but
That's fine.
try my best.
You did great.
And with the iron, it's one of those things where you're just going to run the tip over it real quick so you don't heat it up too much and burn your hand.
Right.
Or leave it laid on the mat and then do it. There you go. Perfect.
Good deal.
Now you can smack it around in the brass mesh a little bit and then give it another shot. Just feed that sucker some solder and let it kind of loop up on it. And then we're going to clean it off again. Hey, the good news is it is melting really well.
Mm-hmm. All right, there's that.
Good.
Does it matter which side? Probably not.
No, as long as you do the other side the exact same way, you'll be good. That's once you make that touch. This is the hardest part.
I do need those hands.
Yeah, every time I try to do that, like it doesn't go very well.
Nice.
It's on there.
Good job. Okay. So now there's a couple things I will do, or I would recommend here. I would probably tell you once you cool, slide that heat shrink over that connection.
Okay.
Because I can't tell you how many times on these very close wires I've tried to do both and then do the slide, and just getting my iron near it will cause it to detach again from the heat. The heat shrink will help from that.
Okay.
But if you can, you're going to force the one that's on that red wire down over it. You got it?
Got it.
Sweet. Now, here's the cool part. Take your iron and just lightly rub it over top of the black heat shrink. Just kind of back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And it should just like start to instantly melt right where it needs to be. And you can kind of do it on the back side of that. You like take your iron underneath the wire. And once it looks like it's pretty formed to that wire, you're good to go.
Look at that.
People have also used lighters. There's a lot of ways to do it.
Is it working?
That's funny.
My dog just drank half a cup of hot chocolate.
Nice. That's not good for dogs.
Oh my god. This dog was a farm dog. I don't think there's anything she hasn't eaten.
Same dog?
Yeah, my dog, it's a English Shepherd.
I love your dog.
She's so funny. She weighs like
very cool.
way too much. She eats whatever the little man eats.
Jim was
Like,
feeding her pizza.
dude,
Oh yeah.
nothing wrong with that.
All right.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Dad, so far out of kinetics and
Awesome.
but I don't know what else to put in it.
I don't know.
I have an idea of beads.
Beef.
Beads.
Okay.
But
But-
no,
Same thing,
I don't know where my beads are.
Exact same thing
but with the black, correct?
with the black.
You did tell me the heat tape or whatever, the shrink.
Yeah, I saw you put it back on. I appreciate that. This will also keep it from touching the inside of the hilt and shorting something out.
Oh yes, good. Good thinking.
There was a point in time where I didn't have helping hands years ago, and I ended up using a binder clip.
Using what?
The big binder clips,
Oh,
the black ones with the silver arms, so you can like flip it around and put it on like big stacks of paper.
Yeah, let's just do it the same way I did it before.
Yeah, it tends to work very well. A little bit on the iron, as long as it'll stick to the tip, you're good to go. And I probably forgot to tell you this, but usually I will clean the tip of my iron after every single solder joint.
Yeah, I think you said that before, but
Perfect.
not this time. That's
Looks good.
ah.
I think Kevin just responded. I think he's going to try to hop on.
Okay. Oh shit. There we go. Putting it down.
Nice.
Gin and tonic. By the hat.
I love
I'm
that,
taking
dude.
it up. Kept hitting my mic. I'm sure that's annoying as hell for the one person. I don't know. Can't tell how many's in here. Batman,
Try not to be noisy.
it's not working.
But this necklace is very noisy.
Is it the necklaces?
Yeah, it's like those. Look, it's the green necklace.
Okay. People can hear you better. They can hear me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you're not talking.
Oh well.
The quieter we are, the more we will hear.
There he is.
Dude,
I got him.
I'm excited. What in the world?
What I should do.
Kevin is out in the wilderness.
Nah, I just
Oh, yeah.
Groggy.
It's so dark.
Yeah, no.
He's hunting a chupacabra.
Yes. Boom. There we go.
There you go. That's better.
That's better. Now people can see what they can see.
Yeah, because like I have my like face glued to the screen right now, trying to see everything you're doing.
Sorry.
This should be our first only Sabers video.
Right? We need to
His
do that.
first time.
All right.
gotta-
I think that's good.
You gotta hurry up and go faster, and then slow down.
Okay.
Okay,
That's your intake.
so now you're going to do the single wire on the green.
Ah, okay.
Oh my god! Can
Can
you hear my kids?
Can I hear you kids? No, I can't hear anything right now. I was talking.
Because it sounds like a quarantine area over here. Damn it! Everybody coughing.
Everybody okay?
Oh yeah.
Low
Pick up.
respiratory pneumonia.
Jesus.
I just stopped in to say hello.
Oh, you can stick around as long as you want. I meant
Well,
to send you something earlier and I forgot.
I
It's my bad.
gotta go do some stuff around here.
I don't want to hear that shit.
Stuff and things.
Well, you know.
It's all good, but I appreciate you coming by. I thought he was done.
What board are you doing?
Profi, however it's pronounced. I said, let's go big.
I call it Profi. I don't know if that's right though.
That's what I normally call it.
I don't know what who knows. It's like a big debate.
Yeah.
I think people have done polls on Reddit and shit before for it.
Yeah, probably. Suppose we just ask Frederick Hubert or Hubert or whatever his name is. What's up?
I suppose we could just nip that right in the ass, right, and just ask him.
That's right. Time to desolder, my man. Every day, this is my life.
Oh, man. As soon as I did it, I was like, shit.
I saw that little black thing roll, and I went, oh, no. Did it fall off?
No, I absolutely did not put it on there.
I warned him that I always forget my heat shrink, Kevin, when I'm using it. I just go so fast. I'm like, oh, I got to take this wire off and put the heat shrink on it now.
Oh, yeah. A lot of it's just all, like, planning.
Yeah.
If you don't, like, plan every goddamn fucking thing out, then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I should have done this. And you're like, oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I feel like
I don't plan at all.
I feel like those, like, the 3D printer shit's like that, too, sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're like, I'm going to go take this apart, but you're not really ready to take it apart yet, but you do anyway.
Yeah.
I think that'll work.
Looks good to me.
I mean, it's
as
on
long
there.
as the heat shrink will slide over it. Sometimes if the wire is too far off, it won't be able to slide. So
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
perfect. That's all you need. Good to go. Proud of you. Look at you. You're not that far off now, man.
I'm going to start doing this for a living. I'm not.
You should. I will send you business.
Hey, that might be something to go for, but
Expand the TSM network.
there we go.
Oh, man. Nice. You have an emitter and quick connects.
Oh, yeah.
And strictly speaking, these aren't necessary, but they are awesome when you want to swap stuff out.
Right? Yeah. I actually was going to ask for these, and I forgot. So I'm glad you didn't.
Well, I better get going. I just want to stop in and say hello.
My man, I miss you.
Yeah, man, me too. I'm trying to see if I can actually make it down there for that fucking thing, but
Oh, dude, that'd be awesome.
it's the dog, man.
Yeah.
It's like we would have to take the dog. I don't know what else.
Yeah.
And then can you guys hear that? Holy shit.
I heard that, yeah.
And then what is going on right now? And then like I just feel bad leaving Gabby here.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to this sick ass convention. See you later, loser. Have fun watching the dog.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm the same way with my kids and my wife. I know they'll drive her insane.
Well, bring him.
But
there's like, I don't know, a handful of Airbnbs about 5 miles from my place.
Hmm.
You can stay there. And one of them has it's like holds up to 6 people. I'm not sure if it's pet friendly. One of them I saw was for sure. But yeah, they're like the same price as a hotel room, and you get a whole house.
That's awesome.
Pretty nice.
Okay, next step.
Well, real quick, Kevin, if you're actually leaving,
yeah,
love you, buddy. Hope to see you soon.
yeah, man, for sure.
And if not, I'll see you on the Ewok parts.
Yes.
Right on.
Right.
Please.
Later, dude.
Have a good night, man.
I don't want to keep him anymore if he was trying to leave.
I get it, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so at this point, my man, I would say let's do, because the emitter is done. Let's switch back to the kind of the main chassis, and I think what we should do is let's get the switch section isolated. So let's unscrew the switch section.
Okay. I gotta tell you, man.
Hilt and there.
The part that I'm like nervous about is the board. Like,
I understand.
I didn't have a problem thinking about like speaker. I've already resoldered a speaker. And,
Yeah.
Oh, I got this. I can do this.
I got to do mine again.
I know you can bring it over there. And I got to set up.
Man, I can't believe, like, I was like so excited. I had it all set up and I went out and like spun for like 2 seconds and it was so like it was cold and it slipped out of my hand and I bitched that whole time because it was like right after I just got it fixed. We got back and I was like, son of a bitch.
Yep.
Yeah, it happens.
Mm-hmm.
Need to get some of the new bedding that protects the egg. Put in the thing.
Oh, yes. Fun. Is that what you're talking about?
Awesome. Now we need to unscrew the switch section of the hilt, the metal part.
Oh,
Yeah.
both?
Yeah, basically just the switch. You can leave the little part on.
Okay.
That smaller upper piece.
There it is.
Perfect.
Okay.
Slide that in. Slide that down over the chassis. Bam. And then, yeah, you're basically going to feed those wires down through. And again, this is the hard part, but you're making it look easy. And it might be easier to take off the mini black part just so you can you don't have to reach as far down in there, but that's up to you. The upper portion of the switch section, the neural part.
It's about an inch.
Yeah.
Inch
It's up to you.
Let's go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
This might be the first time it's been taken apart since.
Oh, yeah, the oil's probably dry.
A little bit, not bad. Okay.
Okay, perfect. So now, yeah, you're going to feed those switch wires down through
Down.
and into the chassis.
All right, am I putting them in here?
No, you're actually going to feed the switch wires through the switch hole itself, and they're kind of curled, so they might kind of naturally go towards the hole on the chassis where that red wire is sticking out.
Okay.
If not, you'll have to reach up in there and like push the wires towards the hole, towards the inside of the board area. Or you might be able to reach through with tweezers and push them through. Oh, but that reminds me. Right after you put the wires through, I want you to feed the nut that you unscrewed from the switch. Put it like on the inside and feed the wires through that.
That's good.
There it is. Because this kind of acts like your linchpin. It holds the chassis in place.
Mm-hmm. Yes. camera.
Oh, nice.
Number
What
one.
else?
Oh, number two.
Oh, that's perfect. Nicely done.
Thanks.
It's always the hardest part for me. Get those darn little wires through all those little holes. So yes, push the switch into place, feed that nut over top, and tighten that sucker down.
I like this button, by the way. I've been playing with it.
Yeah, I like the hi-hat switches. They tend to feel nice and tactile.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Starting to question whether I don't remember whether I changed the config on the Profi from 2-button to 1-button. It'll still fire up.
Well, you know, that's my favorite part is the whole config.
Gosh.
Oh,
I did pre-upload a config. I'm just like, did I do the 2-button or the 1-button?
I understand.
Oh, man.
Hey, Nora, there's a pencil right there behind this computer. Will you grab it? I had to move the laptop over. Now I can't reach certain things.
Pencil eraser is a perfect thing to push that with.
I've done this before, too.
And if you don't foresee yourself removing that switch anytime soon, you can put a dab of super glue right behind the nut, where it's just a dab where it's easy to scratch off if you need to, take off the switch. But that'll keep it from vibrating loose.
Okay. I will put the dab just because.
Yeah. I've started using either hot glue, just a tiny little amount, or E6000 whenever possible.
Yeah, that button is nice. You hear that click?
Yeah, I do.
I can hear it from all the way over here.
You can.
Yeah. Sounds nice.
Very satisfying. Okay, that's good. I was thinking, I don't know why, but I like the prongs to be like, for the most part, like up and down or side to side. They're almost perfectly up and down. I'll be all right.
Okay, so we've got the red wire for power, the black wire for our main board negative. We've got 2 switch wires. Now, those switch wires are pretty long. So what we will end up doing is we will end up soldering the board and then probably using your tweezers to push the gray wires back up into that switch section.
Okay.
That way you don't have to trim them down and,
Yes.
tin the ends. Okay, rock on, dude. Man, you've made good progress. So there's not much left. I mean, you've got the green wire and the black wire. Your 2 switches are there. So, I mean, basically, we can start wiring the board now. And then the last thing you'll end up doing is soldering those quick connects.
Okay.
What are these? Good to go. So that is a spare, or not really spare. So if you wanted to wire up some chassis lighting, I included those. You can do that at any time. We can wire the board now and then do that separately, or you can do it now. It's up to you.
Let's do it.
So if you look on the board area inside the chassis where all the wires are now, you're going to see 2 little rectangular indentions. That is where that was designed to go.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I was wondering. I saw that. And down here and up here.
Yep. And it's going to, it's a little bit of intricate wiring. So for me, when I was throwing the kit together, I was like, maybe this will be like stage 2, right? Because you're going to solder those to the board, and then you're going to have to do jumper wires that go from one to the other. So it's, we could certainly wire up one or both or none. It's up to you.
Let's go all out. If you got the time, if you got the money, honey, I got the time. Let's do it.
There you go. Okay, so you'll want to pull all that jazz out of that bag.
All that jazz out of that bag.
And I'm not sure if I stripped those ends for you or not.
You did. Well, not those, but that's okay.
Okay, those are the jumpers. So you could start by wiring up one, and we can go from there.
Okay.
Sweet.
How long have we been on this? What time is it? An hour? We've been at this an hour? Shit.
Yeah. We've been chatting too, though. But you're almost done. Like, if we just started wiring the board now, it'd probably be 5 or 10 minutes worth of work.
Oh, well. Yeah, I'm not ready for that. All right.
Okay. So let's start with the one that's pre-wired. Let's get that one in place, and we'll start with that.
Okay.
So there should be a little piece of adhesive like tab that you can pull off on the back.
See.
And I'm thinking for this, how do we want to do this? Options.
I don't have fingernails.
I do.
Yes, I know. All right. Adhesive is off.
Okay, so I think probably the black wire and the blue wire are going to be the easy part. This is going to add one more layer of complexity to the configuration. Now, that's not a big deal. You can wire it all up now. It might not fire up in terms of like illuminating until we change the config.
Okay.
But yeah, so let's see. Do we want to do that? We want the hardest part of this whole thing right now is making sure that the red wire that's coming off of that little pixel in your hand is able to get enough. It's able to get power. So it's one of those things where we make the decision: do we want to try to join it with the battery terminal, which you could kind of slide it through the hole where the other wires are coming through and try to solder it to the battery terminal, or you could feed it up with the power wire that's sticking out now, that red wire, and try to feed it into the same hole as the Profi board power. So that's where the question, comes down. The other option is we could extend, maybe just solder one of them today and use the red jumper wire that I included to feed it up towards the emitter and join it at the quick connect that you're going to solder at the very end.
Okay. No.
Okay.
No, I have no.
Let's see.
I mean, I think that I could probably. Oops, I'm gonna set that down. Took the adhesive off or sticker thing. Thinking that I could. Well, I was gonna say I could probably just do it to the battery terminal, but is it going to be in the same spot as the other wires?
Yes, essentially, or pretty close proximity. What I'm going to do right now is I just grabbed an old Profi board and 2 of the same size wires that you have, and I was just going to see if it will make the same hole as the board, and I don't think it will. I think it's too thick.
Okay.
So I use a 22 gauge.
So essentially, I should just be able to set this through that hole into the area that the connector is. Put the wire on top of the solder that's already there. Heat done. Boom. Or heat to wire done.
Essentially, yes.
That's easy.
Give it a shot.
Let's do that. All right. So are the wires going down? We shouldn't have done that.
No, it's fine. I would actually probably turn it so the wires are going towards the emitter.
Okay.
So you should have plenty of space under the board because the wires can kind of like curl back around it.
Okay.
And like I said, my guess would be is it's not going to illuminate first thing anyway, because I don't know that I added that to the config. This was just a last minute thing. I was like, you know what? Maybe if he's going to modify the config, he can add the lighting.
Yeah.
But at least it'll be there.
True, yeah. All right, that's in there. It's good to stick this down then?
Yeah. Yep. No issues.
Jim, did Matt already leave?
I'm pretty sure he did.
Oh, man. I'm sorry, I didn't say hi to her.
I was talking with him.
Yeah, I saw you. I haven't been paying a lot of attention. I actually, in fact, told Jeremy that, like, you want to do this live or you just want to, like, do a call? He's like, that's up to you. And I'm like, well, if Jim will come into the comments so that I can, because I'm not going to be able to read comments.
I am going to have to like leave for a moment to go get Kelly and check on her mama, and then I'll be back. I don't know how long you guys are going to be on, but I will hop back on as soon as I can.
Okay.
I mean, I'll try to be in the comments in Traverse, which is ironic because I have a Traverse.
That's fine.
Get your touch a little fresh solder to the tip of your iron.
Yeah. I did not do that. I need newer solder. I have like a whole baggie full of solder, but it's all like pieces.
Yeah.
Irritating. I guess I have some right here.
Mine looks like a spring, and like I just like feed out a little bit at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Coil.
Coil.
Oh, coil.
Excellent. And it shouldn't take much.
Yeah.
Touch. Nice. Good job, dude.
Thanks. A little too much on the tip there.
I know it's so hard not to say things.
Yes.
I'm trying to be fairly good. Ah, there we go. It's flat.
Yay.
Sweet. Motherfucker. And then I said that.
Yeah.
Uh,
You're going crazy in there.
all right.
Awesome, man. I mean, that's pretty much it. Now we grab the board.
Who's off to the board?
Now for the stuff that I'm going to fudge up.
Oh, dude, you're going to be good. So, do you have a Q-tip or
Actually,
something with a point?
Yes, I have a Q-tip. I actually got one and put it down. Because I
Yeah.
heard you say that before.
Yep. So, take your flush cutters or whatever you've got with an edge and cut it at a nice pointy angle. I'm going to teach you something awesome.
Pointy anger.
Pointy angers.
Man.
I'm
My
going to
legs
grab
are-
the property board so I can show you where everything goes. I should have sent you a wiring diagram. I apologize. I did not do that.
That was okay.
Yeah, there's so many different diagrams on Google. I'm like, oh my god, I don't even know which one to look at.
There is, man. It really is. Ugh. I should have sent you some flush cutters, man. Remind me to send you some of these.
Oh,
Flush cutters are amazing.
oh, that's cool. I mean, I have wire cutters. I just don't have them right here. I didn't want to get up and get them. That
Awesome.
X-Acto knife is nice and sharp, so.
Oh yeah, no, it's perfect. Okay, so you're gonna want your flux, and every wire we connect to this board, we're gonna feed up through the bottom of the board, put a little bit of flux on each pad where that wire is, and then we're gonna just touch it with the tip of your iron and the solder on it, and it's gonna adhere instantly.
Nice.
So we need to remove the SD card from the Profi first, because you never want to solder to the board with the card in there. It can have adverse effects.
Exactly.
Now,
Right.
I typically will solder my boards with the USB side up for Profi, but that's up to you.
I don't care.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay.
So you're going to take your board and you're going to start doing wire by wire. So let's go ahead, because those power wire and the negatives are nice and thick, and they'll kind of lift the board. Like once you make a connection, it's going to like keep the board kind of suspended in air.
Mhm.
If you look at the Profi board, you're going to see that towards the back of the board, you're going to have 3 black MOSFETs in like a triangle pattern. Exhibit A back there. And then there are 2 of these gold pads that have a straight line coming off of them towards the inside of the board. Do you see those?
Yes.
Perfect. So, actually, no, like towards the back of the board, there's a big solder pads that has a straight line coming off of the actual solder pad. One on the left and one on the right.
Oh, I see it now. Okay. So like right here.
Those are the main negatives. You're going to use the one that is the closest to your pick there.
So here.
Yeah. So yeah, that one. So you're going to, and the board can be in that exact, configuration with the USB pointing towards the speaker. I want you to feed that black negative wire into that pad with the little straight line coming off of it.
Should I flux it first?
You can, yeah, I would. But it doesn't matter when you flux it. No. Use your pick and actually put the flux on the pad.
Oh, you want to pad it. That's right.
Yeah.
You can do that. I don't listen.
You can do the wire itself too, but
Well, that's
I usually
cool.
do the pad, and then I'll feed the wire up through it, and it kind of coats itself. It's great. Perfect. The beauty of flux. Okay. So now just take the board, lift it up, and set that black wire in that pad from underneath.
You doing okay, man?
Yeah. Yeah, just other way around. Turn the board upside down.
Right.
There you go, my man. Perfect. Now you just hold the board with that wire in place. Put some solder on the tip of your iron and basically try to touch that pad.
Should we do this like
I know.
risky business here?
I love the fact though that 22 gauge wire is so stiff it like elevates the board and just holds it there.
Right? You can't see it, but there's like 3 inches of lift there.
It looks like it's floating.
Yep. Okay, and I'm just touching.
Brian. Yeah, so you got some solder on the tip, and you're just going to touch that pad. You should be able to watch the solder transfer from the tip of the iron to the pad. You might need to turn the iron a little bit if it's not sliding off the tip. There you go.
Yeah, I was trying not to put an ass load on there. I know
That's
I can
okay.
do it. I think that's good.
It looks good. I don't see any bridging or overflow. Now, here's the cool part. The pad that's immediately to the right of that is just an extension of that same negative. So if the solder flows over to it, it does not matter whatsoever.
All right, cool.
Now,
Good.
Consequently, that little secondary pad is where we're going to feed one of those gray wires. So if you'd like, you can go ahead and feed one of those to the pad right next to it to the right, which is also a ground. Perfect. And the nice part about flux, Brian, it really doesn't take much at all. Like,
Yeah.
That little tub should last you for quite some time.
The part I'm having a problem with is like I don't see it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Is it on there? Like,
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, if you had any residue on that and you touch it to the wire, that's really all it takes. Perfect. Nice.
Oh.
I'm glad you did the tug test. There you go. And basically what you're hoping for is a nice little dome of solder on top of it.
Yeah.
I'm going upstairs.
Hey, I love you, and thank you for hanging out with me.
Yeah,
Enjoy your little container.
I will.
Okay. You want to say goodnight?
What?
Good night.
We're going to say goodnight. She's been wanting to be on here all night.
Good night.
Good night.
Well,
I think I'm going to bed.
I think you're going to bed.
Yeah.
It's 8:30.
I'm pretty tired.
Well,
responsible.
you've done a lot.
Yeah, I'm pretty tired.
Good job. Love you, kiddo. Tell your
I'm
mom
gonna
good
watch my tablet. Maybe a little bit too.
night. Okay.
Yeah. Good night.
Night, babe. Oh. I swear I just typed that.
I'm glad. I'm glad you're finding the connection now. That just means you need to put a little more solder on it. Essentially, you're trying to get the solder to kind of flow into the pad and surround that wire, and then as it solidifies, it holds it fast. And if you want, you can put some more flux on it. It's up to you.
It's too late.
Sometimes my solder joint looks like it's got a little peak or a point. I'll put more flux on it and hit it again.
I mean, it does have a little peak, but
You can't go wrong with it, man. Add some flux. And a little bit more solder on the tip and just hit it. It'll be a nice little dome. And then you get to be like Rob from Genesis Custom Sabers. He's like, that's a good joint. He's funny.
oh my god. It's like a little baby pearl.
Yeah, that means it's a perfect solder joint, man. I love that.
Beautiful.
And now it ain't going nowhere. You want all of your solder joints essentially to look like that.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and do the speaker because we're already on that side. So directly opposite of what you just soldered is the very first speaker pad. So
Okay.
the little switch wire straight across the board. Boop. Yep. The top pad.
So the one right next to that.
That's the main negative. So it's the one to the right of that.
That one, yeah, that's what I was.
That one and the one directly next to it on the right are going to be where your black and red speaker wires go.
Okay.
And honestly, I don't really think it matters, like polarity-wise. Some people might say it does, but I've never had an issue either way.
Awesome. So black and red.
Yep. I do one at a time, just in case.
For sure.
They love to pop out if I'm trying to do both. Tiny little wires. Just got to make sure you get in the right hole.
Yep.
Perfection.
Oh, look at that. It went all the way through. That's good. The whole
Yeah, that's fine. And then you can pull it down as you're getting ready to solder it.
Almost.
And if you need to, add a little bit more solder.
Perfect.
Nice. Looks good from here. I love this, man. It's like so much different from the first time we tried to solder stuff on camera.
Yeah. I've only soldered a couple times, but I mean, I get the idea, and I feel like that's like
Yeah,
a big part of it, with me at least. As long as I understand what I'm doing, then it's better.
agreed.
Who goes there?
Jim. We got a comment there, Justin. I'm not good at soldering. Nice work. I agree. He's doing a great job.
J Money in the house.
I have trouble with shaking too, so I'm like, because I'm like, this costs money.
I ate before I even tried to do this. Like I can't. I need to eat something that way. I'm not like Michael J. Fox trying to wire a board.
Oh, smart, man.
Michael J. Fox, by the way.
All right, I'm going to depart. I will be back as soon as I can.
We'll see you soon.
I love you. Be careful. I'll see you in a bit.
All right, love you.
All right. Oh, there you go. That's how much room we got.
Oh yeah, we've definitely got more wire than we need, but we'll be able to tuck a lot of that. It's just great for practice and learning and not having to do it in a cramped space.
Right. Speaking English, I'm gonna stand up for a second.
Okay, dude, that's awesome. Yeah. Shameless plug.
That's right. It's not shameless. Oh, there we go. Old knees.
Oh, I feel you. Okay, I think we're going to do the second gray wire now.
Sounds good.
And it's going to be on the same side as the first gray wire, but it's on the very last pad towards the end with those 3 black triangles or black squares.
Same sides of this corner?
Yep, that very corner, the same pad you're touching. That's going to be where the second gray wire goes. On a Profi V2, that's your main activation. And the opposite corner on the other side of the board is your auxiliary, but it's reversed on a Profi V3, which always confuses me.
That's weird. Why would you do that?
Working? Why does it keep changing fonts?
Right. I don't get it.
The gray wires are nice because, I mean, they're way too long, but they're switch wires, so you can just tuck them back up in the switch section once we're ready to push the board into place.
Yeah.
Let's see what my son wants.
Oh, that was you. I thought somebody was knocking here. What's up, Jay Money? You still in here? How was work?
Nice.
Yeah, we're in there.
Feel good? Okay. Rock on. Okay, so we've got not many wires left. We're going to do let's go ahead and do what I would consider one of the harder ones. So grab that thick black wire on the right. I'm sorry, man, on the right of your work desk there, next to the green one. So this is how I always wire. So on the Profi for your main blade, historically you would want to use 2 of the LED pads. That's what we basically, it's like your main grounds. So where you just soldered that switch wire, you're going to feed that black wire, the longer section. If you look at the wire, one is cut longer than the other, the soldered portion, the pretend. You see yeah, there you go. So I want you to feed the longer side through the pad closest to this middle black fet on the same side as your switch wire.
Okay. But from the bottom, correct? Or you want me to...
Yep.
Okay.
So feed it through the pad closest to that black fet in the middle. Yeah.
Okay.
And once it's pushed through, we're going to bend it at a 90-degree angle, so it's basically right over the pad next to it. So you'll want to put flux on both of those pads. Perfect.
Okay.
I think I'd rather have a head wound than a cold. God, why colds make me feel miserable.
Yeah, I don't enjoy a cold. They're shit.
It hit me like a sack of potatoes yesterday. It's like I go from feeling perfectly fine to what in the world happened to me, like overnight.
Mm-hmm. It's the way it normally does it, too.
Yeah. Now, I will be gentle. I will usually try to bend it with my fingernail, my man.
Yeah. I started to do it and it was like...
It always makes me nervous.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I'll manipulate the wire. I'll turn the wire so it like bends closer, and then I'll push it down, because until it's soldered, you can manipulate that wire as much as you need. There you go. That's a good
Take it
idea.
out, bend it, and put it back in there.
Pre-bend that sucker.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Yeah, just twist the wire until you get it where you think you need it, and then just push it down. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but you definitely want to get it pretty close.
I want it to be connected.
Yeah, and you're going to connect it with solder. So as long as it's close, you're fine. And what I will normally do is I will make sure that it's not touching that switch wire before I solder it.
That's too long. I bent it, and it was too long. It went to the corner pad.
Yeah, you want to cut it a little bit shorter if you can, or you can pull it through just a little bit, further out from the pads. You definitely don't want much exposed wire, if any, showing underneath the board, because it just, again, it eliminates shorts.
Yeah.
There you go.
Damn you, damn you, damn you.
Yeah, thinking of all the wires, this is probably the trickiest. But once you knock this out, you're good. It looks good on camera. As long as there's a gap and it's not touching, you're fine.
It's not touching what?
The pad, the switch pad.
That black thing?
No, the switch pad, where the gray wire is running to.
Oh, the corner.
Yeah, as long as it's not touching that corner pad, you're good.
No, sir.
Awesome. So you're going to want to apply, you've already put flux on the pads, which is awesome. Now I would put a little bit of flux on top of that wire. And then we're going to solder the one closest to that switch wire first. And what you might find is that it might just flow right down that wire and go ahead and attach to both pads. It's usually the way it works for me.
Okay.
Especially with a liberal amount of flux. Looks like you coated.
I did cook. I didn't mean to.
No, it's okay. That stuff's great. The last thing I would probably have you do if you don't have contact cleaners, we just give the board a quick once over with that Q-tip and some IPA and call it a day.
IPAs? I only have Strohs.
Any type of alcohol that is non-conductive.
Elijah Craig? That's what I was going to have after this.
That sounds like a good plan. I'd be drinking with you, but not with a cold.
Yes, it's cold medicine and alcohol do not mix.
That mix.
Trust me. Shit.
What was on your solder tip there?
Well, it was solder.
Oh, okay.
And then, okay.
You want to melt it so it will coat and you'll be good.
Yes.
And again, man, it doesn't have to be perfect. As long as it is touching both pads and both pads are joined with solder, you're golden.
It's not joining.
That's okay. Put a little bit more. Put the iron on that joint for a second and leave it there for like a 1 or 2 count. You basically want to watch it melt in place. Yeah, there you go. I see it's not moving anymore, so
No.
looks good.
Sweet.
Dude, that's awesome. Okay, so now we've just got that green wire, my man.
Awesome.
So you're going to feed the green wire on the same side as the board as most of those other wires you've done. Third pad from the front. So USB port being the front, third pad back. Bam. Flux that sucker, feed it through, and call it a day.
1, 2, 3. Damn thing. All right. This one, they both look about the same, so.
Yeah.
Nice.
It is not specific.
They're working there.
He's doing a good job, Matt. He's pretty close.
Matt, you back? Shit.
Whenever I have these little scraps, I coil it like a little snake with like a big round base and just bend part of it facing up.
Yeah, I tried that.
You did well. You did well. He, Brian is working with some new tools that make it a little bit easier. So
Yes. Nice, shiny new ones. Okay.
there you go. I see it melting now.
Son of a bitch.
If it doesn't stick, remember to clean your tip.
That's right.
Perfect. That usually will help.
Do that.
Perfect. Third pad. Nice. Perfect little dome. Always clean your tip. You are not wrong, Batman.
Never know what's going to happen to that sucker. All right.
Okay, man. So at this point, we've got a power wire, one more negative wire, which is going to go to one of the LED pads, and your data 2. So at this point, man, what I would tell you is we probably need to start getting that board close to the holder so you can start manipulating like the red wire for the main battery positive. So what I might recommend is go ahead and feed the green wire and the big black wire that you just did. Feed them through the chassis, going up towards that emitter.
Okay. Now are they just going into this chasm up to that hole?
Yep. and through. Yep.
Got it.
Absolutely. I know it always looks like a rat's nest now, but you'll every time you do an install, it'll get tidier and tidier and tidier.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, they're in there. All right.
Perfect. So basically, I just want you to kind of keep pushing the wires back through. The switch wires, those long gray ones, they can be kind of tucked back up in with your tweezers if need be, if not by hand. And you're basically just trying to get the board lower and lower and lower towards the holder. And then we're going to make that connection to the red power wire, the thick red one.
Okay. There we go.
Nice. Okay. So that power wire, the red wire, is going to go to the pad. Technically, I guess it's going to be on your left, right next to those double negatives that we soldered to.
Okay.
So the main board negative, those are actually the speaker pads that you were just touching on the exact opposite side of the board, towards the tweezers and the flux, the other side.
Okay, so we're over here. Sorry.
Yeah, perfect. The pad that's right next to the two solder joints that we just did side by side. Perfect. Yep. So the red wire is going to tuck up through that pad.
The very next one.
Correct. That is your main positive or battery positive pad.
Got it. You would think that they would spread these out.
Yes.
But,
Yes,
you
sir.
know,
It's definitely not the pad you want to accidentally bridge.
yes. That's loud in that thing. Sorry.
That's okay.
Okay.
Thick red wire is going to that one. So go ahead and feed that sucker through. Now that it's liberally flushed.
Bless you. Bless you. You're welcome.
This is where the board probably has to be pretty close to that holder.
Yes. What the hell? Oh, that's the blue wire. I was like, what the hell is this wire doing?
That's gonna be your data too.
Okay, we are all the way out.
Yeah. It's gonna have to be pretty close.
Yes.
Now I'm like, God, I hope I made it long enough.
We did.
Good.
I'm just trying to not pull and still keep things where they're supposed to be.
I feel you.
There we go.
Perfect.
It's in there.
I think you fluxed it, so yeah.
Mhm.
Matt was wondering if you were going to bring the Saber to Columbus.
I believe I will.
Okay, good.
I told him I probably would if I had it installed, and it's looking good.
Good.
There we go.
All good.
It's pearls.
I love it. Those are perfect solder joints. I can even see, even with the resolution of the camera, I can see the gap between them. That's awesome. Yeah.
The light is what really is sucking in.
Yeah, it's still spot on, dude. Nicely done. 2 wires left, my man. Only 2. So that black wire, the small, thin black wire next to the blue,
Mhm.
that can go to basically either of the two pads opposite of your main negative. I keep saying main, so the main blade negative. Yeah, so it like that is pin 2 and 3, and then on the other side of the black triangle is 4 and 5. The one you're touching now is actually the auxiliary. So the two that are directly below your auxiliary would be either one of go to the left and down. Yeah. So
Okay.
either one of those two. Doesn't matter which one you want to choose. We'll code it when the time is right in your config. But choose a hole.
It's my favorite statement.
You and almost every man on the planet.
Yep. Not the corner.
Yeah, not the corner. Either of the other two. You are not wrong, Matt.
I'm going closest to the black, whatever that is.
LED 4,
So that
or I think Proppy calls it power pin 4. Yeah.
I don't want that to go there.
I do that all the time. I end up tucking the wire under other wires and
Mm-hmm.
tightening it up.
Okay, there we go. Tweezers for the win. There we go. Now it's probably pretty important for it not to touch the black box.
Yes. Not overly so, because on those pads, they actually, I think they connect the feet are on the top and the bottom, not the sides closest to the solder. So you should be fine. It's funny. It's like, I don't want to go. If it doesn't stick, remember to clean your tip.
I just cleaned it. Very shiny though. I don't know if it's cleaning very well.
Oh, shiny's good.
Oh, okay.
It just, yeah. Usually when it's like dark gray and matte finish, you're like, I think I need to clean this.
It's still in there.
It looks like it, but I can only see so much. Ooh. Looks good.
Mm. Where's that damn flashlight? Yeah, I better turn the light back on. We are clear.
Okay.
Damned.
Now, same kind of question. We need to make sure that I made that blue wire long enough. So it doesn't matter what data pad we put it on. But my guess would be is the wire, if it's long enough, we're going to put it in the middle of the Profi board. If you see where the Profi board actually has the words Profi board V 2.2,
Mhm.
it's going to the pad directly below the 2.2.
So that one.
Yeah. Yep, that's the one. 8-3. So as long as it reaches, we're good to go.
I believe it will.
Good.
Looks good. Would help if I put the damn thing in there.
Wire does need to be there.
This is fun. I like this.
Yeah, man, it's pretty zen.
That's a bit big, but it is a pearl. It's a little BB.
Not touching another pad, you are golden.
Not touching shit.
You are done.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, so now you just got to solder those quick connects onto the 3 wires coming up through the emitter. You're
Serious?
done. You're done.
What?
Yeah, man. So, you got options. You can see how the board's going to fit in the holder. I didn't sand the board, so it could be a tight fit. I think I designed that to be a press fit. So if it's too tight, then you take your X-Acto blade and you put the edge on the side of the board and run it back and forth. Or if you've got a mini file, you can file it down. But yeah, so if you want to try to do a quick press fit of the board into the holder.
So like these 3 outcropping.
Yeah, I mean, test it. Push the board towards the little holder. If it's too tight, then yeah, you'll want to take the blade and kind of file those off a little bit. Just want to get the wires underneath the board. How's it feel? Super tight?
No.
Oh, good. Okay.
Look at that. I'll be damned.
Nice job, dude. And probably the last thing I'll do is print you some board or wire covers just to cover everything up and call it a day.
Okay.
I am excited.
I mean, yeah, it's got a little bit of a lip, but yeah, it's kind of tight.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll cut those a little bit.
Take your box cutter and just kind of go over it a little bit at a time until you get it to a nice press fit that goes all the way flush.
Okay.
And I wouldn't, yeah, you can do it that way. I will literally put the edge straight.
Like this?
Yeah, like that. It just kind of, it just takes off that little outer layer. It's great. It's also less chance that I dig into the board more than I anticipated.
You're right. Oh, perfect. I think.
Well, yeah, it looks like some of it went straight right where it needs to be.
Yeah, that side did, but the other side didn't. So.
Oh, yeah, so go further back on the board, yeah. We're going to make an installer of you yet. I love this, though, because you know what? If a wire ever comes disconnected, you've got it. If a blade gets broken, you've got it.
Mm-hmm. And I like that a lot. And I've been having a lot of problems with things around the house, breaking, and I'm like, I could fix that. And I'm like, no, I can't. I'll break it. I'll make it worse. Screw it.
Hey, but you fixed your washer?
I fixed my washer.
Yeah, I had to fix my dryer. We both had to fix our appliances in the same week.
I gotta tell you though, you were somewhat of an inspiration, and you let me see that dryer and said I had to fix the dryer. And I was like, I'm gonna do this. This is gonna happen. Went, found parts, fixed it. It really wasn't that hard, which made me even more it made me feel more like a jackass. I'm like, really? This was so easy.
It's always intimidating until you get in there and you realize how simple those devices are.
Yeah.
Have a good night, Matt.
See you, buddy.
Talk to your lady friend. Give her my best.
Yeah.
Okay. The red wire. Was it long enough to go all the way up there with the black and the green?
It's there.
Okay. See if you can pull it forward a little bit. I don't know if you can or not. Pretty close. Okay, yeah. As long as you can get that little piece soldered on it, you're golden.
Oh yeah. The quick connect.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, do I just take this apart?
You can, but I would tell you to make sure that you get your black and your red on the right sides. So, for instance, go ahead and pull there's a separator line, pull that piece off, and note the orientation. So the red is going to be, no, go ahead and separate it. Pull that part out, straight
Okay.
out. Okay, so
Okay.
if you line it up, the way I commit it to my brain is I go, okay, the positive is on the pin, and the pin is the one that's extending out,
Mhm.
versus the opposite. So double check and see what the orientation looks like. It might be the negative that's on the pin, as I call it.
Well, the positive is on the pin over here.
Okay, so it's probably going to be on the side without the pin sticking out on the other one.
Yes. If it has to just go straight. Like,
Yep, straight in. They just
Okay.
have to make sure they're perfectly aligned. If you cross those, then you could short the system out. So don't do
We don't want to do
that.
that. Okay. Oh. It's not
Need
quite
to
long
make
enough.
that-
I don't-
Yeah, I was saying I needed to make that positive line looks like 3/4 of an inch longer.
It'll work.
It'll work.
Yeah. There we go. I don't want it to be on the side of the metal either. Okay.
Yeah.
Not that it's going to short out. There's no power.
No, exactly. You're golden. And you put the wire heat shrink on?
Nope.
Aha.
Caught me.
I see the other one's inside that little circle piece.
The black too, right? Well, they both. I'll do the ones
That's
from
the black and the green eventually.
All right. So, just need this here. Android user.
Yeah.
My buddy, Android user as well. That's why I know that. I am not.
There you go. The black wire might be a pain in the butt because it's longer than the red one. Sorry about that, man.
It's all good.
Now, before you move to the negative wire, go ahead and slide that heat shrink over. Tighten it up.
Too much solder. Turn it on. Turn it Bootable. Okay.
Looking good.
I think that's it. I think that's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Same thing with black.
Same thing with black. Put that heat shrink over first, and we'll go from there.
I appreciate the reminder.
Yeah, man. This is one of those things where, again, you can use that flux, and usually it will make joining those two wires even easier.
I fluxed the one. So yeah.
Good. Perfect.
Yeah, that's kind of good. Damn it. Where the hell did heat shrink go?
Black heat shrink, black wire just disappears.
Oh yeah, it slid like way the hell down in there.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, it's like way down there.
Time to use the tweezers.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
What is it?
It's like in there. Not sure how I got all the way in there.
It's odd that it's not like coming back towards you when you move it.
I know, right? It's under the button. I think that's the problem.
Oh, like past the button?
Yeah.
Yeah. You might have to move that. Push the wire like down.
Yeah, I'm trying to, and it just keeps coming right back to that black wire. So
Yeah, it's a thick gauge wire.
There, it's starting to.
Good. I know, dude. It's like impossible to see in there.
Yeah. I need light all over the place.
We should get you one of those headlamps.
I have one, but it goes on like the brim of my hat.
I gotcha.
And I think it needs batteries. Oh, that's another reason why it's not going anywhere. Damn gray wire. There we go. There. I'm not too butthead.
Finally got it.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. That's probably good.
Nice.
Perfect.
Last one.
Alrighty.
Heat shrink and single red jumper.
You shrink in single red jumper.
Yeah, so you can pull the jumper off the green wire on the emitter and solder that one up. The Dean's connector, the other one.
Oh,
Yep. Pull the other one off.
the green one. Got it.
Yeah, the green one. And just note the orientation and call it a day.
That's only one.
Perfect.
So green to green, correct?
Green to green. That is your data wire.
Right. There we go.
Nice.
I think that's going.
Yeah. If you're not holding the red part, it's just going to fall right off.
Oh, it made it. I didn't think that the heat shrink would go over it, but it did.
Excellent. Dude, that's awesome.
Telling you, bro. Chlorphenhydramine.
Yeah, it's crazy. I got to find some of this stuff.
Chlor tabs. You get them at Walmart, Walgreens. Just walk in and say, I need chlor tabs or milligram chlorphenhydramine.
That's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Usually antihistamines seem to make me even stuff here.
See, it might do it for a minute, and then all of a sudden you're amazingly clear. And then
That's awesome.
once it starts to, there's like a 4 hour, dosage or whatever.
Yeah.
There's 2 hours in the middle where you're just perfect.
That's awesome.
That sucks because the hour going into it, you got to wait for it, and then the hour coming out of it, you're like, son of a.
Yeah, I'll have to get back on those, man. I might go pick some up tomorrow. Okay, dude. So now you can join the wires And obviously you're going to make sure that the colors match up, black and red specifically, because green is just one.
Yes.
Sweet. Oh, so you got to disconnect them again to put the little coupler up. The black coupler up on the right there. Yeah. I call that the short choke or short base.
Yes.
Yeah. You might have better time screwing that to the top if those red pieces will extend past it. I don't know.
That's true. I was actually thinking it's a good thing I took them off. Took it off because those wires were not long. Well, that one wire wasn't very long.
Yeah.
Okay, Mary. What am I doing wrong here? I just did this. I'm not lining it up right.
It happens.
There we go.
Sweet. That is awesome. Okay, so we haven't tightened the pixel PCB holder in the emitter. So right now, you should be able to just go ahead and put those two pieces together, screw them down, and then we'll basically end up pushing the emitter PCB back in with like a blade or a blade plug, tightening that up with an Allen key, and you should be good.
All right.
So that piece, you can give it like a little bit of a twist and push it down in. And then if you've got a blade plug or an LED blade or something, you can use to push it all the way to the bottom. And then you'll just need your Allen wrench to tighten up that 8/32 set screw. Yeah, I was just thinking you might need to loosen the Allen key or the set screw if it's too tight. So you just basically want that pixel PCB holder to seat all the way to the bottom.
Okay. There it is.
Excellent. Perfect.
Too tall.
Looks good, man.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay. Well, at this point, you can pop the SD card back in.
Okay. That's on the underside.
Yeah, I was going to say, which of course is not easy, but.
Well, you just pop this sucker up.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's what I do.
On all your little videos, watch. Let's say little videos. On all of your videos.
Yeah.
You say that I could tack this down, but I didn't. So now you just have to pop it up. Like,
I hate gluing boards.
Boom. Okay.
Congrats. So at this point, the only thing that I would normally do once I'm done wiring is I get a Q-tip, dip it in some isopropyl alcohol, or I use contact cleaner, and I just go over and I clean the board where I soldered. Your solder looks really clean, so you can also jump straight to the popping a battery and listen to it boot for the first time?
Well, I have alcohol. Just to be safe.
Yeah, do it.
One second. No, I can't find it.
That's okay. It's not going to hurt anything. It's just a, final step precautionary thing.
Right.
Oh. That's funny.
Hello, Master. It's been a while.
Meet Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Master Windu.
Are you a Jedi?
I am.
Can't beat a Wookiee font. I forgot about that. Twist on, twist off. Sensitive little sucker.
Master Yoda.
Interesting, cute.
Little Green Friend by Kyberphonic.
Yeah. I still love this little Yoda saber. I put it on the shop just to have a for sale saber because I keep selling out.
Mhm.
But it's so fun. I love this little hilt.
I do like the little thing. And it's what, a 3/4 or no?
Yeah. 3/4 inch blade. You don't see those very often.
Yeah.
It's adorable.
Master Yoda.
It's funny. I have 3 fonts. They all sound like the exact same, but they have 3 different boot sounds.
Master Yoda.
I'll get this in a second.
Put it on with.
Yes, a Q-tip would be great. Need your help.
Since
I would
Thank
like I would like to go.
Okay.
Meet Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Master Windu.
Are you a Jedi?
Try this.
Where's one bed?
She was doing a craft with this thing that I gave her.
You can go to sleep.
And she doesn't like it.
And I want the paper out.
What is it?
Oh, you glued it. That's why it's so hard to take out. Sheesh. There you go. Thank you. You're welcome.
Here's some Q-tips.
Thank you.
Welcome. You good? Okay. Good night. I love you.
Harder than it should have been. Sorry. I just realized
What?
that has been up on screen for I don't know how long. How? All right. Cleaning the board.
Good. And really just go around the areas that you soldered, man. Trying to remove any flux residue, which, as it dries, it'll kind of turn a yellowish color. And you just want to clean it up as nice as you can.
Yeah, that's good to know because I had a lot of flux right there.
Yeah. Some of the older flux was actually kind of conductive, and if it was between 2 pads, it could actually bridge them a little bit and then cause shorts.
Dude, that sucks.
Yeah, dude. But the new stuff's not too bad. It's pretty safe.
Cool.
Yeah.
This is exciting.
You have your battery ready?
Do I have my battery ready?
Perfect.
Yeah. I used one of the old ones that you gave me when I came down there.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Spring side's always your negative.
Just in case. Dry. Dry. All right, here we go.
Well, you put the SD card in, right?
Yes.
Okay. Power's there. You want to make sure that the button top is actually making contact with that pad.
Yeah. That's what I was kind of looking at to make sure it wasn't too
I've
inset.
done that before where I put extra wires on and it's keeping the battery from touching, but
Yeah. Me. Take this out.
the other thing you can do, Brian, instead of taking out one of the positive pads, you can actually apply some solder to the tip of the battery positive.
Okay. I was taking out the SD
card. Good.
so that I could make sure that solder job that I did with that extra light.
Yeah.
Just making sure that that's not too tall.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would help or hurt anything, but
I mean, only if the battery nipple, so yeah, I got to say nipple again, isn't actually touching the battery positive contact.
Okay.
Which
So
can happen because the wrap on the battery kind of goes all the way around, and if it adds extra distance and then that button top isn't able to touch, it just won't draw power.
There we go. Flatten it out.
Good.
It was a little bit bubbled up.
I got you. And as long as the battery is charged, I mean, your wiring looks spot on. So unless I misled you and put a wire in the wrong place, but I think you're good.
Yeah, I doubt that you misled me. I have full faith in your abilities. And yes, the battery is charged.
Good.
I know this one's charged too, so we'll try this one just because.
Sweet.
Oh,
SD card.
SD card.
I'm going to laugh if I grabbed the wrong SD card that didn't have fonts or something.
Well, I mean, I do have Profi over here that already has fonts. I don't know if it's something that I can just throw in there because it's not married to the board, but
yeah, no. All of my boards and cards are pre-uploaded, so hopefully I didn't accidentally wipe a memory card. That would not be good.
flush enough. Good to go. One more time.
Yeah.
That's all clear.
It's good to me.
Clear.
Huh.
I got nothing.
I know. Hit the button.
Yeah, nothing. What happened?
That's weird.
I told you I was gonna fuck this up.
Is the battery all the way seated?
Yeah, it seems to be.
Take the battery out and like let me see that positive pad. I'm starting to wonder if the battery positive is sitting too deep into the little cutout.
Yeah.
Because your wiring is perfect.
Damn.
Is it like is the button kind of recessed up in there?
You know.
I don't see a gap at all, so
Yeah, I can't tell.
I'm wondering if okay, do me a favor, pop out that battery. Pocket knife if necessary.
Yeah. There we
go. Okay, so angle the thing so I can see the positive pad. Okay. I mean, it looks like it's pretty deep in there. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's possible that the nipples are not touching.
Yeah.
So we have here's the cool, easy fix. Do you want to put solder on your nipples? Which never gets old. So you could actually apply flux to the top of the battery, the nipple there.
The battery?
And just feed some solder onto the nipple. Or you can put flux on the battery positive in the hilt and do the same thing.
Let's do it with the hilt.
Sounds good. So yeah, put that hilt face up or face down, the emitter, so you get a nice flat surface, and flux the tar out of it. Yeah, but that's what it is, because it's a nice deep cutout.
Yeah.
I was like, man, there's no way that's not booting. Like, because we would get something, even if it was like SD card error, like we would hear something.
Right. It's been a long time since I messed with the Profi too, so I'm like, I thought this worked just like, and then I'm like, I didn't put a switch in there.
No, we didn't do a kill switch. Just easy setup.
Okay.
Now you're gonna want to glob that solder on. Like you want to raise that sucker by a millimeter or two. So melt a whole bunch on your iron, and then give that sucker a good touch. and you might even have good luck if you want to straighten that wire and feed it on the iron at the same time.
You were saying it, and I was thinking it. Like, damn it, this is bullshit.
Yeah, you got this. Perfect. Yep, touch the iron to the tip, and then feed. Just shove that sucker down on there. Give yourself a nice millimeter or two until you feel comfortable with it. Nice smooth surface, and if you need to apply more flux, get that nice mound. Sweet. What do you think?
Looks like it's a ball sitting on top of the.
Okay, coat it in flux, and then hit it with just the iron without extra solder.
Okay.
Should melt nicely. Better?
Yeah, I think so. Oh yeah, much better. That's like.
Yeah, that should be much better. Cool. Once it's cool, pop in the battery.
Okay.
Let's hope that did the trick.
Yeah.
If not, I'll be sending you another profit board. But you got it down now.
Right.
I did pre-test the switch for continuity and the Pixel PCB, so all those things were tested prior. The only thing I didn't have at the time was my test station for the properties, but I have that now.
Yes, I forgot about your test stations.
Yeah, man. I haven't even had a chance to make a video and start pre-sale. I've just been so busy.
Man,
It's been crazy.
I bet, somebody could probably do that for you if you wanted them to.
I would love to. That'd be amazing. I will totally do that.
All right.
Okay, let's give this a shot now.
The old Clark Griswold. Here we go. That's what it was. Look at that.
Hit that button.
It's too tall.
Glorious.
Oh, yeah.
Nicely done, sir.
So it might be in 2-button mode because I'm hitting the button to turn it off, and I'm holding it down and it's not doing anything.
It's in 2-button.
Okay.
But the single button and the 2-button configs are on the SD card.
Oh, no, I just push it.
Oh, okay, good.
So you don't have to hold it down?
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. With 2-button, the activation is a quick press.
Oh, so 2-button is quick press? That makes sense.
Yeah, but unfortunately, now you won't be able to do like switching fonts and everything until you change the config.
All right, well, I've been wanting to turn on this old dinosaur computer for a while anyway. We'll see how it goes. Boy. That's nice.
That's good. The mic isn't picking it up. It's like it'll cut in, it'll be loud, and then it's like gone again. But oh, that's good.
Damn.
Dude.
Oh, yeah.
You are successful.
I am successful. And it works if I wanted it to. I don't have to do shit to it. I can just be like, hey, it's blue.
Well, I mean, you've got all you have to do is change the config. And, I can walk you through that as well because it's something I do every day.
Mm-hmm.
I've got emails that I've written to people with all the steps and the links to what to click on and how to download it. So we'll get you rolling.
Well, I mean, that was part of there was 2 reasons why I was like, well, 3. Why I was like, hey, Profi, I know it's one of the like more inexpensive boards right now.
Yeah.
That was the one I just added. The reason I just added. 2. So if I mess it up, it's like, just get another one.
Yeah.
2, it's your favorite board.
Yeah.
So you know your way around it. So if I needed help, I got you.
Yep.
And 3, I wanted the one that everyone says is the most difficult.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
that way, if I can do this, I can do any one of them.
Yeah.
I mean, at least that's how I'm going to think about it now.
Yeah. And you knocked it out first try. The issue wasn't even your issue. I need to make that battery or the contact holder a little bit shallower.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, it works.
It does.
And that I won't have to do anything with that for a while, right? That solder will just be there.
Oh, yeah. No, it'll never go anywhere.
Sweet. Then I'm not worried about it. I like it. No, do a shroud.
That is awesome.
Yeah. That's awesome. Fuck yeah.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Yeah, that's awesome. This makes my day.
I did that.
You did.
Yeah.
And once we upload the config, you'll have a single button and you'll have the onboard lighting for the chassis.
Yes. That won't work until I get that on there, right?
Probably not. I don't think I set it up for anything but a single blade.
Yeah,
but I can send you the config for that too, so you don't have to make anything. You just have to upload it.
All right. Well, that would work.
Yeah. Sweet.
That's for days. Every time I do that now. That's loud. And no, yeah, it does not like it.
Jim, he got it on the first try, my man. Couldn't be prouder.
I learned about watching you.
Hey, you know what? We learned together.
I love it. That's awesome. Appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Maybe tomorrow we'll join up for a little bit, get the config uploaded.
That sounds good to me.
Call it a day. And there's a whole bunch of fonts on there. It's like the whole color pack, my fonts, Battle 2, and then all the stock Profi fonts. It's probably 12 or 13 fonts.
Those stock Profi fonts weren't bad.
No, they weren't bad. They blew my mind the first time I heard them.
They're not like the Golden Harvest stock fonts. Like,
yeah.
I think those are bad. Well, at least most of them.
I like Dark Harvest, like the Sith font. That's like the only one that I like.
Cyborg is the one I like.
Oh, Cyborg is good too.
That's actually pretty good. I like that one. The rest of them, I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, that is awesome.
That is awesome. Look at that.
You did that. Isn't that cool? Like, it's so much fun to do it yourself, you know?
Oh, yeah.
That's exciting.
Gotcha.
Okay, guys. I'm going to go sleep now.
Yeah. You do that.
Just because I have a cold. I've been staying up so late recently, but I'm like, dude, now that I'm just zonked, I'll find an antihistamine and go to bed.
Yes. If you haven't taken any cold medicine,
no,
have a shot, because I'm going to have a shot.
I might make a hot toddy.
That is the perfect idea.
Tea, honey, and whiskey. Is there anything better than that? Like,
if you throw a little ginger in there.
Ooh, I have ginger. I've got pureed ginger.
Oh, that's the good stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. That'll help.
Awesome, dude. Well, guys, it was a pleasure. I love this. This is my favorite thing to do. I'm telling you. We started OnlyFans for lightsabers. It's the way to go. People log in. We'll joke a lot, make inappropriate comments about our sabers, and we'll build stuff.
I love this idea. Cool, man. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, my pleasure. Go show your kids if they're still awake, and I will talk to you tomorrow.
I will do that now.
Bye, Jim.
See you, buddy.
See ya.
See you, Jimbo. Thanks a lot for hanging out, everybody. That's crazy. And I love it. Hey, there's a future right here. well, for everybody who came and watched this, thank you very much. I appreciate you. There'll be videos to come now. Content. So, until next time, may the force be with you. As Jim would say, this is the way. And love you.